Garfield is the star of this movie. It's technologically on the cutting edge, what we're doing with Garfield. We're making a movie right now that has no character of Garfield in the picture. It has little balls and spaces where he's going to be. And what we're going to be doing over the next months and months and months is actually creating a live performance in a computer that when you see it in a theater is going to make you believe that this is a real cat.
Ay, 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 ay. How can this dog be such a problem when he's not even here anymore?
When we're on set, we need to get all the information we need for the next 12 months of the movie for us, for our schedule. So on set, we're gathering basically kind of where things were, measurements, surveying, where we actually come out and like measure with a device that actually measures distances between 2 points on the set, so we can basically rebuild the sets in the virtual world on the computer.
And he's wearing lederhosen.
I'm sorry, Garfield, not now.
In addition to recreating the sets, we try to record what we can from lighting information. We place the gray ball on the set, and that shows us kind of just what the general lighting was for the shot. So wherever you see a highlight on the ball and the fill, we kind of use that as a guide to tell us how the director of photography lit the set. And then the silver ball, the one that looks like a Christmas ornament, they show us kind of basically with a reflection of the room, what was things like his eyes or maybe some of the general color of his skin. You'll use the ball to recreate the general feel and color from the environment. Once we finish principal photography, we'll go into basically post-production, where we will get a cut of the movie, and then we'll bring that film into Rhythm and Hues, and we'll go ahead and scan it in and bring it on the computer. And once it's basically digitized, we have a computer version of that, we can start building the world from all the set information we've gathered. And we take that and we take it and track it. We go to tracking, which recreates the camera moves that were on set. And from tracking, that'll fan out to like 2 different areas. It'll go into animation, where they're actually working with the digital version of Garfield, and they'll animate that in the set.
Well, actually, it's liver flavored.
And at the same time, that'll branch over to lighting, and lighting will, using kind of a stand-in for Garfield, will start lighting that Garfield into the set, taking into consideration the digital hair that goes along with it for Garfield.
We took high dynamic range imagery at the set, where we basically took a lot of photos from a camera that takes a 360 degree view of the world for us, so that I actually can see here in the sphere everything that the camera saw when they shot the plate photography. So I have a good idea where to place the lights based on what they wanted.
I'm in a new dog state of mind.
This is something that we did early on, just to try to understand the basic anatomy of Garfield, working out just his body type, how short his legs would be, and versus how fat his stomach would be. And what the art director actually did when he went and did the sculpture is went in, and one side is finished, where you actually see skin over the surface of the creature. The other side, we actually basically peeled the skin away so that we actually see the underlying muscles. So when the animation department goes in and actually rigs this, they actually go off of these muscles. Basically, again, you're trying to create something that exists in the real world, so you're actually able to lay out these muscles on the computer, and as Garfield moves around, you'll actually see the shoulder blades slide underneath the skin, and you'll see these muscles flex on the back legs.
No. Hey, new guy. Let me hip you to the rules, okay?
Well, we basically give the performance to the CG cat. It comes down from rigging and modeling. They create the character, and once the modelers get done with it, it goes to the riggers, and they put all the controls on it. We've got well over, probably around 200 controls on Garfield that we can do every little joint of his finger, of his arms, and all that kind of stuff. So what we have to do is then set the keyframes to the different poses, and just keyframes on top of keyframes, which will give him the performance of the acting. And we work to build Bill Murray's dialogue. And once we get done with it, we ship it off to the tech animators and the lighters, who take care of the fur and give him the orange quality. We work with a gray cat, so we don't deal with color or any sort of high-res thing. We just work with a simple gray cat.
She picked me! She picked me! She did! She picked me! She picked me! She picked me!
That one. That one.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Garfield's on TV! He's a hero!
The talking animals, what we still have to model their faces in the CGI world, because essentially we have to get rid of their face and replace it with a CGI face so we can do sync animation with the dialogue. We're also going to add expressions and things like that. So the process is to just, you shoot the animal for real, and then we have data integration people who are here that are taking measurements and complete photographs 360 around the animal and measurements, so we can recreate their skull structure and facial structure in the computer later, that we can then sync up with whatever the dialogue is.
I think the biggest challenge with Garfield, again, is it's the kind of incorporating, capturing, the essence of what, has made Garfield popular and successful and loved for so many years, and bringing that to life, taking it from the comic pages, two-dimensional comic pages, to a movie, and featuring it in 420 shots with right next to a real cat. And then you buying it, that you see Garfield sitting there, and you say, I believe that Garfield could exist in this world. And if people go to see the movie and walk out of it and say, wow, Garfield was really there, then we really accomplished our job.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield has left the cul-de-sac.